I told you I'll still be here, so I love to keep my promise. Hence, I'm still very much here on the program Morning Watch. And as we move smoothly, there are pressing issues before our front burner in the whole of Nigeria. Well, some states have gotten involved in it, and I was wondering, when will Delta State get involved in all of this? Started from Rivers State and Lagos State caught the fever. I was wondering, when will Delta State catch this fever? But then, is this fever even appropriate? Is it going to walk into Delta State in a way that we will welcome it? Let's look at how it is playing itself out in Rivers State. First of all, before we bother about Lagos, but generally, we're talking about value-added tax in Nigeria. Whose responsibility is it to collect the value-added tax? With that, I bring to you my guest, Kingsley Okes, a DC, the chartered arbitrator, is a chartered mediator, and the present secretary, Nigerian Bar Association, Efrin Branch. A very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you. Good morning, viewers out there.
Welcome aboard. So,
thank you.
Let's get started. Value-added tax, legal or not, to be collected even in Nigeria.
Value-added tax is a major consumption tax collected by government everywhere in the world.
So it's not a new thing. At a point in time in Delta State, it became almost like a new stuff coming to us, because when I introduce, make sure you collect your value-added tax. And some people are like, have we been paying value-added tax? Yes, we have, obviously. So now let's come to the drag back and forth. Rivers State government decided that enough is enough. It shouldn't go to the central. Value-added tax from his state should be collected in the state and used in the state. Is there any legal, does it make sense? First of all, like you said, it's something that is collected all over the world, so it's not a new thing. It's not something that is only associated in Nigeria.
Not at all. Well, the legality of Rivers State collecting VAT is the main issue about the VAT at the moment.
As it is.
Yes. Rivers State felt it was unconstitutional for the federal government to be collecting VAT. And then they went to court and got a judgment. And the judgment is to the effect that Rivers State has the constitutional rights and powers to administer and collect value-added tax. And that is where we are. So as it stands now, it is the law that Rivers State government has the right.
I think we've been having some issues surrounding that. Very to that also, FIR saying they still have the mandate to do that.
Well, this is how it is. Our legal system, particularly in respect of litigating cases, are in three phases. Right? So you start first with the lowest, most commonly the High Court, and then if at the High Court the judgment does not satisfy you, you can go to the Court of Appeal, and if you are still unsatisfied, you go to the Supreme Court, which is the final. So what happened was Rivers State got judgment at the Federal High Court, and of course the federal government, represented by FRS this time, weren't satisfied, and then they filed an appeal to the Court of Appeal. But what really made lots of Nigerians rejoice over the tussle about collection of VAT is when the federal government first ran to court to stop the execution of that judgment. What that means is FRS went to court to say, look, please, you have found that Rivers State has powers to collect value-added tax, but please, can you ask them to wait? Let us continue to collect the value-added tax until the Court of Appeal gives its verdict on our appeal. And the federal court said no, Rivers State should collect tax pending the Court of Appeal ruling. So that's the issue as we speak now. Wike has been blowing hot and tough that he's going to resume collection of VAT pending when the FRS will be through with the appeal at the Court of Appeal.
As a Nigerian and as someone in the legal system, you understand the issues surrounding VAT. On your own, what do you think the situation should be? Is the state supposed to collect VAT or the central collect VAT? We had a breakdown of the way VAT is being spent at the end of the day, and according to FRS, bulk of this collection goes back. They say they return it back to the state. So on your own, you are a Nigerian, you're the legal system. What do you think?
President, as a matter of fact, I don't know what is wrong with some of us in this country. Nigeria is supposed to be operating a federal system.
Okay.
Fiscal federalism is a major part of a federal system of government. And I think the judgment on VAT is a victory for true federalism, particularly fiscal federalism. Why is the federal government doing everything within and without their power to ensure that they keep collecting VAT? In light of the statistics you just gave, if you look at the statistics, in the sharing formula, 15% to federal government, 50% to the states, and then remaining 35% to local government. Now, President, if you look at statistics on how the VAT accrues, the federal government's VAT is higher than the individual states. For example, for 2020, the 49.9% of the VAT collected were from import VAT. That's when you import items, you pay VAT on it. Import VAT and non-import foreign VAT. Those are VAT that relate exclusively to the federal government. 49.1%, and the remaining of them from local VAT, which is the one we pay at shoppers when we go to buy, pay at the pharmacies when we go to buy.
Even where you have to pay your VAT when you come to.
Now you wonder, because if this judgment is followed to the latter, the implication is that all of those 49.1% of VAT that of course were generated exclusively by the federal government, they will remain with the federal government. 49.1. Why are they still insisting that they want to collect when it even looks like it favors them? So in other words, as when they say states, take your VAT, what this analysis means is federal government will have nothing less than 49.1% of the VAT generated. So why are they so eager to
understand this? This is a new opening for me. The federal government VAT is not touched at all in all of this, in all of the 15, 50, 35. But when it comes to the states allocation, the state VAT collected from the state, that's the split. That's what is.
No. The point is there's a VAT pool. Okay. All right. This is a VAT pool. The state government VATs are collected by from businesses in the state government that are put in the pool.
Yes.
All right. There are some VAT that the federal government exclusively collects.
Yes.
And one of them is import VAT.
All of the
and all of that. So they collect. So they put all the VAT from the state and the one collected by the federal government, put them all in a pool. So this what statistics has is, for example, in 2020, 49% of that pool, this is the pool, divide it into two and take a little from it, 49.1%.
That's almost half of it.
Yes, were generated by the federal government VAT. So what it means is, assuming we now say, okay, let all states administer and collect VAT, the federal government will, by that statistics, be entitled automatically to nothing less than 49.1% of what was shared. It is legal. That's why you will now wonder, why are they holding so tight? After all, when they collect this tax and they give them back to the state. So it tells you why the federal government do not want true federalism. Because, for example, states like Jigawa, where would they get allocation from VAT from? Because you get VAT on the basis of businesses in your domain. So if you have 25 businesses that are rendering services, selling goods, and when they do, your state gets VAT, it means you get higher VAT than a state that has just 20 businesses. That's why Lagos was very quick to catch the fever, in your words.
Yes.
And of course, Delta State is one of those states that would also benefit from this, because
we've not even cut a sneeze out of it.
Well,
someone who has signed it into law. We signed a bill for that, in respect to that. But right now, the federal government is in court with Rivers State. They're not talking about Lagos State. Is there a game being played there?
Well, the thing is, once there is a judgment of the Federal High Court saying Rivers State in particular, by our constitution, you should collect and administer value-added tax. Once there is that law, though the judgment is in respect of Rivers State, what that means is that is the law for every state. All you need to do on the basis of that law, if they go to court again, they will be definitely the same judgment to say Lagos State it is, because it's on the basis of the same law.
Yes.
So as it stands now, all states.
We are focusing now on Rivers State. Let's undo Rivers State, and then if we are successful, then we'll caution Lagos State.
Well, it's not a matter of cautioning Lagos. Like I said, the thing is.
Because I want to see it from the point of the fact that the state governor has signed a bill on it.
Yes.
What does it mean?
The thing is, there is a judgment that Rivers State government has constitutional power to administer and collect VAT.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And the basis of that judgment is the constitution and every other law that applies to the other 35 states. So if on the basis of that law they say Rivers State you can collect and administer VAT, then it means every other state on the strength of that judgment can also administer and collect VAT. So it's a thing that once you say everybody here is black, and I single like this man say you are black and then you are beautiful, what it means is every black person is beautiful. That's the position. So as it stands now, Delta State has the right to administer and collect VAT. It's not a matter of
whether they catch the fever or not, they are going to get there.
We hope so. We are hoping that they get there.
Okay, I'd like to say thank you. I've been giving the signal on the Kingsley case in DC.
Just quickly, it's very important. It's very important we mention, because there is a very silent war that is currently going on in this country. You see now that the federal government has everything about VAT in its favor, but it is still fighting not to allow states control the VAT. Why? Because the resources of states that are really productive want to be used to service states that are less productive. That's like the monkey walking and the baboon eating. It's a silent war. And I celebrate Governor Nyesom Wike. He has done a very great thing, and I think all other states in the South should begin to think. The time has gone beyond when you pick people simply on political interest to man key offices. We need people who can think way out of the box. It was silent and they got the judgment, and it's a victory. So there are other ways, we can fight even the resource control we are talking about. I'll give you a quick example in less than 1 minute. Zamfara. There was this community, they were managing their goal there, and they will not allow us in the South to do our oil and do all of that. And then a young person whom I appreciate very well as a progressive approached me. I was trying to know, is it possible for us to control our oil? And I told him, yes, it is possible systematically. How do you get oil wells? You bid for oil wells, and when you get the license, good and fine, you do your business. And I told him, Delta State government incorporates a company, bid for an oil well. If Delta State government has a company and bid for an oil well, for example, which other multinational company would be more poised to get the license? Imagine that Delta State government incorporates a company and then gets 90% of the oil wells in the state. Who is controlling the oil? So we need to start thinking out of the box. It's not a matter of guns, it's not a matter of propaganda, it's not a matter of political.
And there is also the backstabbing going on. Thank you so much. He's a chartered arbitrator, chartered mediator, secretary Nigerian Bar Association and Film Branch. We appreciate you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Morning Watch is still very much on. We'll just take a dash and we'll be right back.